Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Your Ears Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And we are diving back into the Pugilist class. I wanted to go over the 3 new weapons that we got with this class. We're going to talk about each one of them. We're going to go over their strengths and their weaknesses / limitations and look at them comparable to some of the other weapons. So, we have a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Nice. Why can't we have some meat? What about them? They're fresh.
All right, before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. Don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to share this video. All right, here we go. Brass knuckles, hand claws, and punch knives. So let's start with the brass knuckles. Contrary to belief, this is a weapon that you have to yield because of mechanics. It is a simple weapon, it's wielded, and you don't really have a free hand. Now, conventional thought would make us think that we would have a free hand, but because of the mechanics of melee weapons, we're wielding a weapon, it does not allow us to have a free hand. So, it is my opinion, and my opinion only, if you have this on, you're not wielding a shield with it. If you have this on, you're not doing a whole lot of other things that you would need a free hand for. You must grab the knuckles, and you must make a fist, preventing you from doing anything with that hand. So, and that includes grappling, and that includes spellcasting, because you need to have a free hand. So if you've got 2 brass knuckles, you are grasping both of them. Now, the brass knuckle is a simple weapon. It does a D4 bludgeoning damage, so that means that we could use it with all kinds of different bludgeoning type of feats, like Crusher. That would be a good one. And it has the light property, meaning that when we take an attack with it, we can make an extra attack as a bonus action with a different light weapon. Now, it doesn't have the nick property, it has the push property, which means we can push somebody 10 feet away. So you're hitting them, you're knocking them down, and they're getting pushed away. Because it is a light weapon, but not a finesse weapon, I would say that you want to stick with strength, and that you would have this in your offhand with another light weapon so that you can use it. You could have another light weapon in your other hand, but you need to be a strength-based character. So, what do I think about the brass knuckle? I mean, it's a simple weapon. It can be used. Push is great. That is a great weapon mastery, that we can move things around. Light is okay. It really is connected to a lot of other things. So as far as a grade goes, we are going to give this one like right in the middle, a C+. It's not great, not the best weapon in the world. There are other light weapons. However, I think if we look at the list of weapons here that have push, they're not really light weapons. So we've got the Great Club. And there's not a lot of weapons that do push either. We've got the Pike. We've got the Warhammer and the Heavy Crossbows. So not a lot that have that. Out of the simple weapons, it's basically just the Great Club, and that's it. And so there are no light weapons. So if you are looking for a light weapon that will be able to move things around, then the brass knuckles are for you. And again, they could be used in an offhand. So I'm actually going to change that because of that. I'm going to change that to this grade to a B-. It's good in those aspects. All right. The next set of weapons that we have are the hand claws. Again, 3 sharp slashing blades protruding from a handle to be held in the wielder's grip. Again, you've got your hand on them. It's a gauntlet. but you're holding on to it and you're making a fist. Same thing with the brass knuckles, fit around and reinforced knuckles. This fits around your hand and you make a fist. So this is another one of these D4 damage, does slashing damage. This one is finesse and light, so that means dex-based characters can use this, and it can be used in conjunction with like the multi-attack thing with light weapons. So as that bonus action. Now it does not have Nick, it has Vex. So if you hit a creature with this weapon and deal damage to the creature, you have advantage on your next attack roll. So again, you could have a finesse light weapon in your primary hand, which would trigger a bonus attack action, or if it is a Nick weapon, an extra attack with that with these hand claws if you had them in your other hand. Again, sorry, no shield, because this is a weapon that you are wielding. You cannot wield a shield and a weapon in the same hand. So we get the Vex. Now, what other weapons do we have that do Vex? This kind of goes into that realm of those weapons. We got a hand axe, does Vex. We've got a dart, does Vex, a short bow. Those are the simple weapons. And then we've got the rapier and the blowgun and the hand crossbow and the pistol. We're not really going to talk about the pistol, though. So those are the weapons. They are kind of roguey. This is kind of a roguey weapon. This one I am going to give a C+ to. Vex is just okay. It's something that I would put on the back end of a finesse light Nick weapon. All right, and then the next weapon that we have is the punch knife, a singular wide piercing blade affixed to a leather or metal gauntlet. Again, you have to make a fist with this one, and because it is a simple melee weapon, you are wielding it, meaning you do not have a free hand when you are wielding this. So it is another one of these D4. Oh, and just to mention with hand claws, D4 slashing, so that goes along with the slasher type of feats. The punch knife is a D4 piercing, so we've got piercer as a feat. And just like with many of the weapons that do not have a weapon property, it is a sap weapon, meaning if you hit a creature with this weapon, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of your turn. I like this better than Vex. It's okay to have advantage. I like imparting a debuff on my opponents. So disadvantage is actually a big debuff. And because of that, we're going to move this one up to a B-. I really do like the sap ability. The debuff or the pushing around is great. Now, like I had said before, many of the weapons that do not have weapon properties have the sap mastery. So let's take a look at that in the table here. So if we look here at sap, there's the mace, no weapon property. We've got a spear that does have thrown and versatile. So I said many of them don't have one. That is one that does have one. However, we've got the flail. So in none of these, with the mace, that's bludgeoning. With the flail, that's bludgeoning. We've got the longsword, which is versatile. That does slashing. We've got the Morning Star, which does piercing, and it is sap with no weapon property. So many of them do not have it. Not all of them. So going back to this, we're going to keep this one at a B-. So in summary, we've got the brass knuckles at a B-. I do like the push ability. And we got the hand claws, which is a finesse light, which can be used on the back end of a Nick weapon build if you are a dex character. And we've got the punch knife, which has the sap ability. And this one isn't really used. It's strength-based, unfortunately. So, it's going to be a strength-based character. Two of these are very much built for the pugilist, obviously. The brass knuckles and the punch knife. Hand claws are built more for the dex type of characters like rogues and things like that. All right, that is what I have for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.